Welcome to Fit for the Long Run. I'm Joel, and today is the next installment in my Nerdy Runner series, and just going to kind of give you some updates today. Nothing really earth-shattering. Well, maybe it is because I am pivoting. Pivot! We're going to be pivoting today towards something different in my training cycle. So we'll get to that in a minute. But before we do that, I want to just kind of talk to you about my training schedule, training update, things that are going on, and then we'll get into what's coming up, and then we'll talk about some what ifs later on. So first off, I want to talk to you about my training schedule, my training update, talk about my weight a little bit, and then some new things not new things I've added, but things I've been wanting to add here for a while and just hadn't got around to it until just recently. And then how my training's going during these summer months. So the first thing I want to talk about is my weight. I've been trying to keep you updated on that as we've gone along. I started, you remember, on this journey at 175, I think I was, and trying to get down to 165 by December. So far, I haven't lost anything yet. I'm still at 175 as of last Sunday. Now I'll weigh again. I weigh once a week every Sunday. So I'll weigh again on Sunday and kind of see where I'm at, because I put in some new parameters, started watching my calories a little bit. I'm starting to get out and exercise a little more. Actually doing a lot more exercising in the morning and at night. Just for some things that Christy and I are kind of focusing on with our health. And so that's getting a little bit better, but I haven't really seen any, that I know of, I haven't seen any effects of that yet. So hopefully by Sunday we'll see. If not, by the next week, I should know, and then I'll give you an update in the next Nerdy Runner video. So I'm still at 175, looking to be 165 by the 1st of December. And we'll also give you an update on our next health goals, on our next health goal video in August as well. So that'll be coming up on this channel. So make sure you get those notifications turned on, like and subscribe. Make sure you get that update when that video goes up in August. So that'll be coming before my next Nerdy Runner video. So you'll get that update a little bit earlier than then. But I will update you again during the Nerdy Runner video as well. So there's been one aspect of my training that I've wanting to have been added back. Well, actually added. I've never really done these on a consistent basis, and that's core workouts. And what I've realized is I really need to get to doing core workouts, especially on the days that I don't run, my off days, which is usually Monday and Friday. And so I've tried to add back in some core workouts. I have a core workout that I do based on one that Dev Runner. If you haven't visited his channel, go over there. It's the Dev Runner. His name's Paul, and has a great channel over there. And he has a good core workout routine that he does every morning. And I'm emulating that. I'm not doing it exactly the way he does it, but I'm emulating it and kind of specializing it to my context. And so I did start those back this week. I did one Monday and Wednesday, and I didn't do one today, which is Friday, but I will probably do one tomorrow before I go out and run. So 3 days a week is what I'm trying to do those right now. I want to try to ramp those up probably by December, maybe start doing them 4 to 5 days a week. Just as soon as I get out of bed, kind of get things going, and maybe it'll be a little bit easier to get out the door as far as my running goes. So I have started doing those back, and it consists of bridges, planks, scissor kicks, things like that. Maybe I'll do a video on that and let you see some of the things that I do. Maybe for the next Nerdy Runner video, I'll include that as well, so that you can see how I do some of those when I get up in the mornings before I go out on my runs. And then I have found it a little difficult during the summer, kind of getting out the door, because it's really been humid. Especially even when I get up at 4:30, try to get out the door by 5 in the morning. It's still pretty humid out there, so I haven't found it as easy to get out the door this year as I have in past years. I've been looking at some of my old training especially from 2022. I think it was when I did a challenge for the year to be under 8 minutes per mile for the entire year. I was going out in the summer and running less than 8 minutes per mile, and this year I don't see how I could have done that. How I could have done that year, but anyway, we did it, and we're not doing it this year, obviously. But I have found it a little harder to get up and get out the door in the mornings because of that, and my mileage has kind of slipped a little bit. Like it was last year, I went for 2,023 miles in 2023. Not doing that this year, and I had to stop tracking my mileage on my spreadsheet because when I tracked it on the spreadsheet, I could look and see, oh, I need this many to do 2024 and 2024, even though it wasn't a goal this year. And I found myself, I felt like I was overworking myself in the first couple of months of the year, trying to hit something that I wasn't even trying to hit this year. So I stopped tracking myself on my spreadsheet as far as my runs go. I just use my app to track it now. And I haven't even looked to see where I'm at this year as far as mileage goes. I think I'll still hit probably anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200 miles. But, and that's a good number. That's about average for me. And that's, without being overworked. And so we're going to go for that. But I have found it easier doing my core workouts, when I do my core workouts, to get up and get out the door, because I'm already up and exercising. Just might as well go out and do it. So I'm also working in some smaller training runs. Back last year, I was doing 8 to 10 miles almost every day I went out, which was about 5 days a week. And I'd either do 8 or 10, and then I'd do 13 to 16 on Sundays, just to meet that what I was trying to get accomplished. And so this year I'm sprinkling in some 3-mile runs, some 5-mile runs, and 8, 10, and 13-mile runs. I won't be going anything over 13 probably until September, October, when the weather starts to moderate a little bit in the mornings. And so I'm trying to keep it kind of loose and kind of light, and not trying to do anything too crazy while it's still pretty humid outside. So let's go on to the title. I did have a change of plans for what I have some upcoming races coming up. The Turkey Trot is still on. I haven't registered for it yet, but it's still on Thanksgiving Day, where I'll try to be going for a sub 20-minute 5K. That's still on the books. But as I talked about in the last Nerdy Runner video, I was planning on doing an ultra the first weekend in December, and I hadn't really started training for that yet. And then I found out that some of my coworkers are going to be doing the OUC half here in Orlando in the first weekend in December, and to go and support them, I decided I'd go and run that with them, just kind of try to give everybody some support and encourage them along in their beginning running journey. And so we're going to do that. I'm going to do that instead of the ultra that I had planned to do. So I'll be doing the OUC half the first weekend in December. Not sure what date it is yet, but I think it is the first weekend in December. So that is my change of plans, and we're going to start training for that probably wholeheartedly, probably in September, probably October. It really only takes about 13 weeks to really get a good 10 to 13 weeks to get a really good half marathon plan, training plan going and implemented before race day. I still have a pretty good base under me, 10 to 12 miles, 10 to 13 miles. So I don't have to work up my base again. I'm going to be training for speed, because I will be trying to do a PR at the half, which would be anything under 1 hour and 36 minutes. And so that'll be coming up. I'll start training for that, like I said, probably late September, early October. Maybe start doing some speed work before then, but really start ramping up that training in late September, early October, working towards the OUC half in December. And then, well, I know the big question is, well, what about the Ultra? Well, I won't be doing it this year, and to be honest with you, it was probably going to be a gargantuan challenge to get trained up for it anyway. Before December, I feel like I could do it. It's just a matter of getting all the training in. So I'm going to push that back. There's another one in February up in this area around Christmas, Florida. And so I'm thinking about doing that one. If I can do a little more research into it, we'll see. If not, there are a few more in this area. If not, I'll just push it until next year, till December of next year, to do the one in Jacksonville that I was going to do. And I'm not against looking for one and training for one that's out of the area either. So maybe we can make that a goal trip for us to go and do an Ultra, and then maybe do some sightseeing around the area where we go. So I haven't totally said no to the Ultra, but I've just pushed it back a little bit, probably into next year before I do that. Okay, so that's the updates that we've got so far. If you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, drop those in the comments below. If you have any questions about my training, about my core workouts, anything like that, I'd love to hear those comments. If you have any comments about your training that's going on, any questions about training, I'd love to hear those as well. Drop those in the comments below as well. And as we always say in all of our videos, it's never too late to start training. It's never too late to set some goals for yourself, for your health, for your fitness, whether you do it for a year, for a month, for a day, for a week. Just go ahead and set those goals and get some training goals going. But that's going to do it today, I believe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notifications bell for updates when we upload new videos. But that's going to do it today for Fit for the Long Run. I'm Joel. Don't forget, it's the long run. Give yourself a little grace.